episode of Stay Umble Podcast. I am Josh, your host. We got week 1 in the books.
It's over.
Yes, sir.
Some of us better than others, but it is week 1, so there's more to look forward to.
Well, better to start off 1-0 than 0-1.
That's true, I guess. That's true, I guess.
Don't know that losing feeling.
Huh?
I just don't know that losing feeling.
No, you guys had good weeks.
Very good week.
Had a couple guys pop off. I don't think we'll continue to pop off. Joe.
Who?
Worthy?
You don't think Worthy? 3
No
touchdowns?
way.
Yeah. Yes way. Why?
You see that?
He only had 3 targets. He's not going to be that wide open again where a guy blows a coverage. He thinks he's got
He's that
safety.
fast, so they will be that wide open.
No. He thinks he thought he had a safety over top. He didn't.
You'll see.
All right, if Keenan's fully healthy, you playing Keenan or you playing Worthy?
Probably Keenan.
If Jamison Williams versus Worthy,
I don't know. I have to look at that matchup again.
you got Worthy versus Cincinnati. You got Williams versus Tampa.
Williams versus. See, the Tampa one could be a shootout. The Chiefs-Cincy game, I don't know. If we get the same offense we got from the Bengals last week, that game will be Chiefs up.
I don't see why. I don't see anything that would change this Cincinnati's offense this week.
Yeah, they're not getting. Looks like
T's
T's
not
playing. Who knows what Jamar's doing?
So then I'll probably start J-Mo just because that game against Tampa Bay, Baker just threw 4 touchdowns. So that game will probably be a shootout.
That's fair.
Any not just on our teams, but kind of around the league. Any surprise players that kind of popped off, or any surprise players that just laid an egg? I mean, there's obvious ones out there that laid an egg, but
tight ends laid an egg. Just say that.
Not mine.
I mean, I wouldn't call yours like an amazing performance, but
His 10 points, that was the highest week 1 for a tight end.
Yeah, but he only had 3 targets.
No, that's not the highest week 1. Think again.
What are you talking about?
Think again. There's a tight end that scored way more than 10 points.
Oh, you're right.
The report.
Yeah.
The report players of the week. I had the highest scoring tight end position in our league.
Oh, because you started him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, 10 points. Kyle Pitts, that was the highest. I had Evan Ingram, he sucked. Travis Kelce sucked. Obviously, Mark Andrews, Laporte. It was just a bad week for tight ends. And Jake Ferguson, isn't he out for a couple weeks now?
No, he's actually.
Is he going to play?
It's like he's trying to play. He's trending. He didn't practice today, but he's feeling good.
I see that.
He's feeling good.
This pain is on a 0 on a 1 to 10 scale. So interesting.
So I don't know. He may play. He may not play.
Yeah, it was. Tight ends were absolutely terrible.
But Joe, Pitts had 10 points, but he only had 3 targets.
Yeah.
And again, his touchdown
saved the day.
Someone fell. He was wide open.
Maybe he's just a good route runner.
I don't know. Kirk Cousins looked
bad. Well, that is the thing. So the Steelers have a good D. Kirk was getting pressure in his face the entire game. TJ Watt's disgusting. All right.
Yeah, he is.
That's fair.
Kirk didn't have a lot of time. Drake London didn't do good either. He had 2 points.
Yeah, because
but they're gone.
Even Bijan, their entire offense just
Monday
sucked.
night. It's not going to be much better.
Yeah, but we
terrible.
don't have a TJ Watt. We got a Jalen Carter, but
we got
Jalen Carter's
Bond.
no TJ Watt.
Got a Nakobe Dean.
So I'm still confident in Pitts this year.
No, that's fair. I don't know. Kirk he looked like he had been injured before. You know what I mean? He did not.
It looked like he was playing stuck in mud.
Yeah, he didn't move hardly at all. I saw some stat. His yardage that he moved in the pocket before each throw was one of the lowest of his career, or the lowest in a long time. He just stood. He got snapped the ball and really didn't move a lot. And He could not put a lot of juice onto those throws that he had. It did not look good. Week one. Derrick Henry, week one.
Week 1 jitters, bro.
It's week 10.
Yeah, week 10. That's what we're gonna be hearing, bro. It's week 10. Derrick Henry's, he's getting tired. It's week 10.
Week 10. Derrick Henry has 19 touchdowns. He's gonna break the record. That's what I'll be saying.
No.
I have I'm gonna have 2 record breakers on my team.
Who's the other one?
I think it's
Garrett Wilson.
I think it's crazy how, like, just in one game, I think Saquon Barkley is just gonna, like, go.
I know Ryan's scared after that.
This season.
Ryan should have stayed with the 2,000 rushing yards. He said it 2,000 all-purpose. After that, I know he's shaking in his boots a little bit.
I mean, I don't think his yardage is going to be up there. It's just the touchdowns are going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, but he still had a good day receiving and rushing.
Yeah, he had 130
that receiving touchdown
yards.
Was great.
Yeah, that receiving touchdown was disgusting.
Yeah. He's going to be insane this year.
I tried to tell you. I tried to get him.
Shouldn't have picked 11.
Tom.
Shouldn't have.
Yeah, Tom's team absolutely popped week 1.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's our league high? That was pretty close to it, wasn't it?
League high. He didn't crack the top 10, but he was close. I think the league high was like in the 170s. But yeah, he had 152 total points. He had Saquon with 32, Pacheco 14, Mike Evans 20, Stephon Diggs 18, Chris Godwin 18, and Minnesota defense 21 points. Yeah, and he had Dallas Goedert in his flex, which is crazy, and he still put up those points. So good week for Tom.
Was it last year you started wanting to like that?
No, my first year, just like him. That's why I sent that little message. Very first season, very first game. I'm in the top 10. I think I'm at like 156. So very first game of my entire Road to Glory career, I do that. And then it went downhill from there. So
you were like 1-11?
I was 2. I won my first 2, looking great, and then 12 straight.
12 straight.
I couldn't. CMC. He was my number 1 pick. I couldn't when he went hurt for like those couple weeks. And I think Tyler Lockett was another big guy I had. He went down for a couple. I just couldn't find a single person. Nobody. Like I just couldn't pop. Didn't have a pop week at all, so yeah, it was terrible. Never again.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff happens in week 1s.
Yeah, week 1 is always unexpected shit. You can
guys like pop off, or guys you picked high don't pop off, and then you panic.
Like Alan Lazard had 2 touchdowns and Garrett Wilson didn't. What are we doing?
Lazard Lazard is the real deal.
Well, let's get into
the first 6 passes. Garrett Wilson was like 6 for 6 with like 52
yards. Yeah, but they were all like slants and like.
Yeah, but dude, he was looking at Wilson's way every time. I was like, oh, this is. Oh my god! I got so excited.
He did have 12 targets. He led the team in targets.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a guy.
But I was just a little upset. I didn't need it, so.
What's up with his sleeves?
Huh?
You see his sleeves?
I didn't notice. Did he have long sleeves on?
He had like this stupid, like almost down to his elbow, like sleeves, like all flapping loose and whatnot.
No,
that's why I didn't do too hot.
Anyway.
To get rid of those.
Yeah, dude.
Well, speaking of Lazard, I mean, we could get into the fab. The waiver wire dropped today.
Waiver wire Wednesday,
and
I didn't get nobody.
The top guy, Isaiah Likely, all of brackets fab. That was pretty interesting.
For tight end.
I texted him, so I texted with him a little bit. He said he doesn't view him as a tight end. He really views him as a receiver on that team, which I think is fair because I don't think he was actually in the tight end position like a lot of the time. So he's kind of comparing him to Zay Flowers, which is fair, I guess. But I don't see Likely as being that guy that's going to separate himself. I just think it's going to be more of a 3-headed monster sort of thing. Like Andrews is not going to not be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They'll just like rotate.
exactly. So, but like, I think Likely probably has the best chance out of any of those guys to like pop like he did week 1 with his athleticism. I mean, he's a great player. But yeah, all of his fab on a tight end.
I think the worst one though is Josh spending 55 on Alan Lazard.
No, I'd rather have Lazard for 55 than Likely for 100. I think.
I mean,
No,
like,
because Mike
next-
Williams is still going to be there, and like Garrett Wilson is clearly the guy. Like, you really think Alan Lazard is going to be able to
Yeah,
put
but
up
like-
any
like
kind of
we-
numbers?
I mean, Mike Williams didn't even have a. When I was watching the game, like he would come on like 3rd and down. He was there on a couple.
They said that they were easing him back into.
Like I know they were
football.
easing him. He was there on a couple of goal line, but
Once he's back, he'll be like going there.
Rodgers is looking Wilson, and then he's looking Lazard.
He's looking Wilson, Brees, and then Lazard. Actually, he's probably looking Brees and then Wilson. Actually,
All right, take Brees out of the picture, like out of the backfield, like receiver wise, he's looking.
I mean,
And
yeah, that's it.
All
But
Lazard, like Lazard had all the deep passes, and even when the backup came for the Jets, is that Tyrod Taylor?
I fell asleep
Like
at that point.
he threw a touchdown to Lazard too, and I think Wilson was still in the game.
No, I don't hate it. I mean,
He's not gonna pop.
you know,
He's not gonna pop like that, but I think
the 55 is
I
a
think
bit
you'll
aggressive
like,
there.
I
but-
think you'll end up dropping him again.
no, the connection. How him and Rodgers have such a connection.
I don't know.
Quote
Yeah,
on-
I mean, even
from
if
the
Mike,
from the Jets, they are best friends. So
it's. I think especially with the game that he just had, it's going to be hard for Mike Williams to like push Lazard out of
yeah,
a role.
He's not gonna overtake Lazard for targets.
So it just
Rodgers
depends if like how good of a wide receiver too he'll be. I mean, he's got a chance to be good, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Just 55 fab, Next highest bid was 21 from Tom. But hey, you got your player you wanted, so that's all you can ask for.
Gotta go
Yeah.
all out.
Got to go all out. I like the. I was looking at Alexander Madison, maybe picking him up. He had a very good game.
Yeah.
I thought about
12,
it, but
12 fab. I
Just
was
touch
pretty
that.
solid.
touch that backfield.
Yeah, I mean, but he had the 4 catches out of the backfield, 6 targets, and a touchdown.
He's gonna get a lot of receiving work.
I think so. I don't
They're
because
gonna- Raiders are
Zamir
gonna get
White.
down a lot.
Zamir White didn't really do anything. Didn't
No, he had a
look
very
amazing.
I'm
So
gonna take that take back.
what did you say? Zamir White was gonna pop?
He's
He was
everything.
my
He was
sleeper.
he was all about him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's
no.
alright. Hey, week 1.
Sure. There it is. Ah, me too.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
me too. I picked up Jacksonville's defense for this week, and then I also picked up the Raiders' defense. Their schedule after Baltimore this week is the Panthers, Cleveland, Denver, Pittsburgh. I think that's fantastic matchups for the next 4 weeks for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Justin Fields didn't look. He looked serviceable.
He looks serviceable.
Yeah.
I think probably the Raiders have a better defense than the Falcons. At least going into the year, we'll see what they finish. But versus Carolina and Cleveland, and Denver, I feel very, very confident about that. So, just happy to pick them up. You got the Colts versus Green Bay. Yeah. I will say
Yo,
though.
I did see Jordan love my play.
Really?
Yeah, they said the head coach is not off the table.
All right, that's crazy.
That's just they just have to say that. He's not playing.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing. But I will say, I
He didn't
mean,
practice. It says doubtful.
Colts got
I heard.
gashed on the ground by Joe Mixon. I mean, gashed.
I know they did.
So like, if they don't have
This week one.
It's week 1. If they don't have Love, I mean, they're going to be pounding the rock with
Oh, I have Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs and that backup, Emmanuel. I forget
Wilson.
exactly. Yeah, Emmanuel Wilson. Who did good against the Birds there. So we'll see.
I mean,
We'll see.
Waivers are become slim pickings.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go Washington against the Giants.
I was thinking about that.
I think I would have gone Washington.
Yeah,
against
I was
Giants.
thinking about it, but I feel like
Daniel Jones
Washington
is.
defense
I'm
just gave
just-
up 4.
I
bomb.
know the
Yeah, but that's to
Patriots
Baker.
just scored a lot, but I'm riding with the Seahawks defense against them.
Against who?
New England.
I think that's. They didn't. I don't think they. Didn't they only score 16? New
I
England.
thought it was 24.
Oh, did they get 24?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, not a lot of fantasy points there. But I
Yeah,
didn't see
that's
how
16,
last
16
week.
to 10. But Ramondre
Stevenson had a good
Stevenson
week.
had 25 carries for $120.
Yeah, he looked great. He looked really good. Like,
And
I don't think Antonio Gibson was relevant at all.
He wasn't.
It was all Ramondre, especially with Brissett back there. Even if they put Drake May in, they're just gonna lean on Stevenson for a while. So he looked really good there.
Browns look terrible.
They
Jerome
did.
Watson looks terrible.
Jerome Ford got me a nice late touchdown. Very nice of
Yeah,
him.
like BS.
Yeah, I mean Deshaun
Total
Watson's
BS.
terrible. Deshaun Watson's just terrible.
That
I
was
mean,
like
guys-
10 seconds left, and they just no one even cared. They just
No,
give the
hey.
ball Ford, and he just walks right in.
Got my points. Also, he had 7 targets, 6 catches. Really like to see that out of the backfield.
Just
But,
Chubb comes back.
They should get, they face Jacksonville and the Giants these next 2 weeks. Should be better defenses to face than the
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to
Cowboys.
think of Deshaun Watson. His
Not
Have you seen
positive.
the stats?
the Cowboys were all over him, and
His stats compared to Baker's since
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
since
no,
they
it's
were
crazy.
traded.
Oh my God!
Dude.
Put Baker on that team. That team is the favorite to win the North. Honestly, whew, Baker looks fantastic down there.
Yeah,
Yeah, Deshaun Watson,
Throw it down.
2 picks, 1 touchdown, 169 yards on 45 attempts.
I don't see how.
45?
I don't-
45 attempts,
I could
twen-
go for 200 yards.
24 for 45. He was barely over 50% completion. 6 sacks, which I guess speaks to the O-line too, but also him. He had a fumble, didn't lose it, but
They were all over him. He had no
Yeah.
chance.
throws.
Most of his throws were like way like 6 yards off.
Yeah, he looked like a deer, deer in the headlights. He just looks so bad.
Ever
I'm
since
hoping
tore
he
his
gets
ACL
somewhat
his
better.
rookie year.
Yeah, you better hope you got a Coop. How'd a Coop? I didn't even see. Wow, 9 targets, only 2 catches.
Exactly. They were all off.
Wow, yeah, man, Deshaun sucks.
I mean, the nine targets is encouraging, but
Yeah, it's fantastic, but it's like if you can't hit him.
at some point, I'm hoping that they put Jameis Winston back there.
Oh, that would be best case scenario for you.
'Cause-
It's so hard to see them doing that. Like they committed all this
Yeah,
guaranteed
they
money
paid-
to this
they
guy.
paid a lot for him.
Like the cap hits in I think it's 25 next year in
It's like over
26.
100 million.
Dude, he's like
It's
he's
crazy.
Like,
They
he's like
can't-
the highest rated player. Or something.
Yeah, they can't cut him. It's dead cap money. Like they
I saw-
screwed themselves.
Yeah,
They
they
screwed
did.
themselves so bad.
I heard something about the new civil suit that's up on him. Something about if he gets put on the exempt list and can't play the rest of the year, then part of his pay or something gets
They
voided.
could get. Okay.
I
Well,
heard they're not investigating it though this year.
for next
Like
year,
the
maybe
NFL.
the Browns will they'll try and make sure that he gets convicted to get him off his
Sure,
team.
you don't want to check that out.
yeah, like they're bad. I mean, that defense, if they had a decent quarterback, they could do something.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense might keep him in games, or Watson could do something. I mean, I don't think Dallas's offense is really that good like it used to be.
Well, I mean, they definitely were a first half team in that game. They kind of Dallas trailed
Yeah.
off a little bit in the second.
I mean, they were the number 1 offense last year. It's hard to
Yeah.
see them not being near that again. But
I mean, they lost Pollard, they lost Gallup.
Hey,
Got
that's a guy.
Dalvin
Tony
Cook.
Pollard looked fantastic.
he did look really good.
Tajay Spears, who? Tony
He looks
Pollard
hel-
was all
Pollard was
over.
healthy.
Explosive.
It's new team. That's all.
And freaking J.K. Dobbins went off.
Woo, man! If he was on the waivers, that's a guy you would throw
Yeah.
90+% of your fab at. Wish he was on the
Of course,
waivers.
the other Ryan.
Yep, I know. Just
happened to fall into his lap.
yeah, we'll see.
Drafted him too if I was able to.
I'm just curious if he's going to be able to keep that up the whole year.
I think he's easily the guy as long as he can stay healthy. He's
As long as
always
you
an
stay healthy,
explosive
yeah.
Running
Good.
back.
I don't know if he's going to get that. I mean, if you
He doesn't
If you
need
take-
crazy touches
if
though.
you take out his 61-yard run, I think he had another one for like 30 or 45 or something.
Yeah, but those are
That
like
ain't
that's what he
gonna
does
happen
though.
every week.
The
Yeah, he's
explosive
just
plays. He's just good.
Although I think
Like-
that's how he tore his Achilles last year. It was like on like a long touchdown run. Like
Alright,
or
well,
not even a
yeah.
long run. It was a long run. And he got tackled weird at the end of it.
It won't happen again. It won't happen again.
We'll see. Definitely a lot of steals late round in the draft.
How-
J-Mo. You can just say Jay. You can just say it.
What?
Jameson Williams.
Oh, I wasn't talking about him. I think we already just. He was already mentioned briefly earlier, so we're fine.
Yeah, we said sleepers. Yeah, I drafted him with the 10th in the 10th round.
Solid player. I don't think that's going to be the norm,
He could
though.
be solid.
How many targets did he have? A lot.
Let's figure that out.
9 targets. 5 of 9. Led
Yeah, that's
Detroit.
solid.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who?
No, see,
no.
that's not happening. Ra's the guy.
You can't get cocky with a sleeper. You just gotta let it ride.
I mean, look.
It's week one. It's week one.
Jameson Williams is your Alan Lazard.
It's week one.
Amon-Ra's a guy. Amon-Ra's a short route guy. So is Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, but Jameson
I got the
Williams.
deep-
No, Garrett Wilson is the all-around receiver.
Yeah,
He's
but
not a
same
short
thing.
guy.
Jameson Williams is like the 6th option.
No,
Not the second.
9 targets says otherwise.
Week one.
St.
Week one.
St. Brown
It's week
wasn't-
one.
Yeah.
Right,
It's week
Laporta.
one.
What about him? They
They
were
were
there.
easing Gibbs into the game.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're just
It's-
mad because Monty outsnapped Gibbs.
it's week one.
They
It's
were
week
easing
one.
him into it.
17 to 11.
He hadn't practiced.
17
all
to
training
11.
camp. Huh?
17 to 11. Outsnapped him.
Yeah, that'll
17 carries to
change.
11.
Well, look, you guys will find out this week. You guys play each other, and we'll see what happens. Ooh, Dalton Schultz is questionable for
Yeah,
you.
we got the
Misses
Umble Bowl this week.
Dalton Schultz missed practice today, and Njoku's out. You might be looking to go get a tight end there, Josh. Who's on the
think,
market?
Tom has like 4 of them, doesn't he? 3.
Yeah, 3. You could get Colby Parkinson. He might be not bad
Not
with
now.
Puka out. What do you mean?
You have to compete.
Because you just
anyway.
said his name. I ain't getting him now.
Yeah, you can. You just have to put the rest of your fab into him.
You're
41
one
on
fat.
Parkinson.
Or you could get the backup tight end for Cleveland, Jordan Atkins. Ew, 32-year-old tight end. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't really want any more Browns offense than I have to.
Wow, yeah, tight ends are pretty bad out there, so you're gonna have to pick up Colby or get screwed.
We'll see. I might trade for him. There's some stuff out there.
Yeah, you're throwing around a lot of trades out there.
Probably just gonna end up dropping Chuba Hubbard.
Oh yeah, how'd he do?
Like
Send him.
1 point.
Well, that was an
Yeah, but
awful performance.
That offense is terrible, dude.
It's bad. It's really bad. That Saints defense is a good defense, but that's 6 for 14 yards. That's terrible.
Bryce Young looked bad.
First throw.
Bad.
Yeah, there was pretty much no improvement there. It looked really, really
Like
bad.
so
missing
scheduled.
throws, overthrows, interceptions. Like it's like dude never played football.
I mean, they have somewhat of the next couple games might be able to get something going. Chargers, Raiders, Bengals.
We'll
Lost-
see.
lost
Bears.
lots. They're gonna have the number one. They're gonna have the
Yeah,
first-
it's gonna be hard to see them like winning a game. I mean, I don't think they're gonna go 0-17, but it's like every matchup you're like, can they really win? I don't think so. Bad football.
So high on Deontay Johnson this year.
I was too.
I think Bryce Young would look that bad.
Maybe when Brooks comes back, he can help him out a little bit.
I guess, but
Because Chubb is not like Chubb is a good running
Yeah, but how
back,
much
but
is
he's
Brooks
not.
going to help them if they're like 1-6?
yeah, I mean, if they're
Yeah,
down
that's
all
true.
the time,
They're going to have to throw all the time. And you're bringing this Brooks in and you're going to run him into the ground and you're 1-8,
Yep.
30 carries.
Right back into his injury.
Same
I've
with
been
Chubb. I mean,
yeah,
if the Browns
yeah.
aren't that good, like what's
They have
what's
a good.
the
They have,
point?
they have like a good enough defense.
They've got a better
They'll-
shot
they'll
than the
win
Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Browns
mean,
will win
Jerome,
games.
Jerome Ford's the guy, but you know what I mean.
games. You're right. Yeah.
I saw Puka could miss more than the 4
Yeah.
games that he's put on the
Yeah.
IR for.
I saw that.
That's crazy too.
That would be bad.
Cooper Kupp, dude, he just
Insane. I mean, you know, I really, really wish that Ryan didn't draft him right before me. I really, really
he didn't
wanted
even make
him
it.
to
That was
fall.
the 3rd round, right? He didn't even make it back.
pick 3-9.
310.
Yeah.
Or 3-9.
I had 310. Yeah, I was gonna take him probably over DK if he fell.
Yeah,
Really?
He's a steal.
Yeah,
and a half.
I wasn't getting him anyway then.
Let me mention one thing. So, the Broncos' backup running back, Jaleel.
Yeah, McLaughlin.
So he had in the receiving game, he had 5 targets, 5 catches for 1 yard.
Wow. Oh my God, I see that. And he lost a fumble.
I don't even know how that's possible.
He must have had a big
Wait,
game
yeah.
and then just lost. Because, dude, he probably had like one big game, and then it was Bo Nix hitting check down passes for
Yeah,
loss
not
of
getting
5
anywhere.
yards.
That offense did look really bad. He only rushed 10 yards, 10 attempts for 27 yards. So
Bo Nix looked better than Bryce Young.
I guess look better, bro. Honestly, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams too,
did,
yeah.
Less than 100 yards. Completion
93.
percentage, I think, was lower than 50%.
I think so.
Yeah,
He was like 6 for like 15 or something. Like.
I mean, it didn't help that
around there.
your boy Keenan dropped that touchdown, but he did not look good.
Keenan, Keenan had 11 targets. Say what you want about him, 11 targets. I know he had to drop touchdowns.
Yeah, it's not
11
gonna matter, you
targets
know, if he
is
doesn't.
great.
He's got to catch the football in the
Caleb's
end zone.
got it,
I mean, Keenan's good. He's good for a rookie quarterback. Like, he's a safety blanket. He's
exactly.
a short. Like DJ Moore is more
DJ Moore's the guy.
like deep guy, or
He's the explosive guy.
once Caleb Williams gets his feet wet, he'll be looking for more.
That's why
Well-
I'm not concerned about Keenan.
I'm going to talk about rookie quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Brackett didn't even start him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have even had a chance if he would have
Didn't
started Daniels.
Even start him. Who'd he start?
Stafford.
He started Stafford.
I mean, you can't blame him.
No, I guess not, but
No, he took
yeah.
him in what, the 5th round? If he took him
Seventh
in the 5th?
seventh
Yeah,
round.
seventh
Seventh round. 16 attempts on the ground for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3
Yeah.
fumbles. Whoa! I didn't see that.
He had 3 fumbles.
He didn't lose any though, but it says 3 fumbles.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Only
but
a
He's passing.
184 yards on 24 attempts, 17 completions.
the head
That's
coach
pretty
already
good.
came out. The head coach already came out and said he wants the rookie quarterback to run less going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, but his first game, and Daniel's like, you get nervous as a passer, just use your
Yeah.
legs.
Goody.
But, I mean, that's just a great sign week 1.
That's how AR got hurt, though. Doing the same
Oh.
thing.
Speaking of
Yeah,
AR,
He was
Dude.
kind of
I
terrible.
I mean,
What's
Bad?
his name? Mitchell? Adonai Mitchell?
Adonai Mitchell, yeah. Could have had a
Shit.
day.
Two,
Could have had a
two.
day. I know. Could
That
have
is
had
good.
an
That's
absolute
so good to
day.
see, though.
Yeah,
So
I
good
mean,
to
that
see for him.
60-yard bomb he had right after
That
he
was
slipped.
That was nasty.
I don't know. Like, Mahomes is maybe the only other quarterback that can make that throw. Like, the
You don't
arm
think Cam-
talent.
You don't think Cam Newton could have made it? Cam Newton could have made that
Yeah,
back
Newton
in the
could've
day.
made that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking, like, playing right now.
Right now,
Cam
for
probably could. Maybe, I don't know, the other arm
Sure.
talent guys, Josh Allen and Justin Herbert both have cannons, but
I mean, he had
I don't
26
know.
points and he was 9 for 19.
terrible like,
With
honestly,
212
not great
212
passing.
yards.
But, like, I mean, if he were going to be throwing deep bombs and his rushing ability, it's all that matters. Looked like a beast. Not as good as Josh Allen, but looked like a beast.
Alec Pierce, wide receiver 1.
No.
Didn't he have like 3
Pittman.
targets?
Yeah, Pittman had 8. But it was kind of like a Deshaun Watson situation where are they going to land? Because they didn't week 1.
Yeah.
But he had
Yeah.
8 targets, which is promising. Only 4 catches for 31 yards.
Does Pittman scare you a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love the pick. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. It was just like, meh. Certainly don't love seeing Mitchell and Alec Pierce get those deep targets. Not saying that was really Pittman's game to begin with, but just hope that he, more of those 8 targets can be caught. Maybe 6 for 8 or 7 for 8 and get some more yards. So hope he pops.
Catches will come.
Catches will come. You're a little concerned about little Jonathan Taylor over there, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little
A little
bit.
bit. You've been trying to shop him all week.
I'm just
Just
testing the water.
testing the
Yeah.
water. No, I mean nothing in the receiving game.
Yeah.
16 for 48 on the ground. Did have that touchdown to Savage game, but 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, I
Not
mean his
great.
yards per carry weren't. Like I've said this to other people. I think the Texans have a pretty good front.
They did. They have a good
They
D.
weren't going to let Taylor get going.
Yeah, they let.
It's definitely worrisome that he's not getting receiving work. The yards per carry, that can easily go up.
Yeah.
Receiving work kind of scares me. I think touchdowns will be there, but we'll see. I'm not going to sell him. I'm not going to sell him low.
No, you're trying to sell him high.
Kamara was a stud.
Yeah, Kamara's great. Really, really good.
Brian Thomas should have had 2 touchdowns. He beat Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey had all he had to do was hold him.
Yeah, Brian Thomas looked.
Pass interference, and then ETN gets the touchdown.
Thank you very much.
Tank Bigsby.
That's promising. I mean,
too.
Trevor Lawrence is looking for Brian Thomas.
Yeah, he was looking for him. He tied Ingram, I think, for the lead in targets. So look good. Yeah, Tanks Bigby, can't deny, a little worried. I will say Etienne got all of the passing work and the goal line carries, so.
Tank just had a lot of big explosive runs.
Yeah, but like
Etienne
didn't, and it's like. Plus that fumble that he had.
Right on the goal line.
Yeah, like
that.
That just I know, but it tanks it when you have a backup that went like 12 for 60 something, and Etienne went 12 for 40. And Etienne did score that 1 touchdown, but he fumbles on the goal line like a valuable. Like if he scored, they win that game. If you know what I mean, that game's totally different. Mm-hmm. So that in the coach's head, in Doug Peterson's head, definitely, leaves a little sour taste. So curious to see what will happen versus Cleveland. But little worried. Panic meter on Etienne's like a 3 out of 10. There's a little bit of worry there, but
what's
nothing
your
crazy.
regret meter on trading him for?
Well, seeing that now it is, I think he'll get more involved. But seeing how Corum wasn't involved at all week 1, and now seeing that Puka's out, like that just to me seems like they would give Kyron. Yeah, I mean they would.
Say it.
Sure, if I could snap my looking back on it right now, if I could snap my fingers, I'd take Kyron back for sure. So I thought I was getting out of under him at a good time. Week 1, actually he only scored like the same points as Travis, but
he had like 13 or 14.
Yeah, but I mean his outlook for the future of the season looks better than Etienne does. So
Kyron should have had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
How about my boy Ladd? Wide receiver 1 for Herbert.
It looks solid.
That's because Palmer was sticking up for his quarterback. I'm like, Ladd. He got ejected.
Oh, and he's hurt. Josh Palmer limited practice.
Yeah, because he was fighting for his dog.
He was fighting for his quarterback.
Yeah. Ladd was a little scared out there.
Let's see if he scored touchdowns.
What do we think about the? Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I was gonna say I've been going back and forth with Brackett since Monday night about like CMC and Mason and what's your guys' take on?
I think CMC
Christian
could be out multiple weeks.
Okay, apparently CMC said not too long ago he's playing. Like CMC
he said that week 1. He was like, I'm playing.
I know. He said that again. I mean, I think that's the guy CMC. He wants to be on the field.
Liar.
He wants to be on the field. I mean, look, Brackett's got Mason. He's after that week 1 game versus the Jets. If CMC's not playing, he's a must start. I mean, he looked fantastic. Like he looked like a seasoned vet.
He looked like a little CMC out there.
Like I mean, I don't think if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he caught a pass. Like his receiving, there's no. Okay, well, yeah, 1 catch, but 28 for 147 on the ground with 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
I don't think
CMC's never got 28.
I don't think he's getting. Yeah, he's not getting 28
No,
carries.
he's probably not getting those carries, but
No.
bro, 20 plus is in the range for Jordan Mason every week on that high-powered offense.
Yeah.
You know.
I tried to get him in the other league, but
Big Daddy took him.
Yeah, that was
After all the
wicked.
talk we've been doing, I had to get him.
No, that's fair. He could be, depending how long CMC's out, could be Kyron this year.
Achilles tendonitis like that.
And a
Tendonitis
cat,
is bad
and a cat.
in your
Calf
Achilles.
injury.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
apparently it was originally a calf injury, and then it turned into the tendonitis.
Oh, not good, not good.
Is what I was reading, but
Didn't know that.
the only way to heal it is rest, or I mean, if he's playing week 3, I mean that pain's not gonna go away.
Yeah, this
It could
is something
linger
that
all season.
I think it will linger all season. It's just, how if they give him like this next week off, and then they
Couple
kind
weeks
of
off. Like, dude, he
load
can't
it back
be,
in.
He can't cut. He can't be explosive on a tendonitis.
yeah.
All right, listen. So the next 4 games for the 49ers are the Vikings, the Rams, the Patriots, and the Cardinals.
They don't even need him.
They should just put him on IR, honestly.
Yeah,
You can't win those 4
They could win
games
all those
without
games
him.
without him. As much as I hate to say that.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to say that because then Ryan's gloating with Mason.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad
Or if
thought
you're
for
Mike.
sure.
If you're Mike, like, what do you do?
Oh
Dude,
man,
he is
I hope
so
hey,
pissed.
for my team this week, hope CMC doesn't play.
I don't think there's any chance he plays this week.
Yeah, I mean, who'd you say they play this week?
The Vikings.
Vikings.
Oh yeah, I mean they
Why would
should.
they risk?
Yeah. I
And
mean,
the
I know
Vikings have
I know the Vikings looked good, but they also played the Giants. But yeah,
If I was
offensively
Mike,
wise.
if I was Mike, I would try to trade McCaffrey right now. If I had McCaffrey, if I took him,
I know,
on,
but
would,
what are you?
I don't know, because no one would buy. He'd probably try to sell him too high, and like no one's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
buy him that high.
I'm
right
not
now.
buying. I'm not buying.
I'd look
CMC.
for a serviceable running back, and or 2
Jerome
running
Ford?
backs. Jerome Ford, and maybe something else.
All right. Well, if he sees this,
I
I
mean,
will give him Jerome
he's
Ford.
gonna want to look to Ryan because Ryan has Mason.
Yeah. Well, Ryan.
Like, would you do, like Connor or White and T. Higgins or something like that, or
If I were Ryan,
like if you were Mike and you were looking to trade him to Ryan,
yeah. If you could get, I don't know.
like I would.
I'm not giving him mock trades here. What are we doing? Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it just depends how you view CMC. If you don't think CMC is going to be like back healthy, then yeah, you do try and offload him. If you have confidence, you stick with.
I see that lingering most of the year.
Very well could. Very well could.
Because they said he was fine all week, and then I guess either Friday or before the game it flared up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He was at practice today, just a limited practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he's going to play, but we'll see. And if he does play, it's got to be on a snap count. He's not getting a ton of touches. What did we think of the Birds, boys?
It was a good dub. Good. I mean, take fantasy out of it. It was a little sloppy, but that was expected. But they still pulled it together at the end, and
They pulled it together.
after 3 turnovers, which could have been more, it's still a good win against.
Yeah, versus a good team. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Jordan Love didn't go down to the end, so
It was a lot.
it's not like you can't make that excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Hurts looked good there in the second half. It
was just a lack of preseason. I don't know why
Yeah.
we didn't play anybody.
But I mean, some of those throws, like he's trying to make these like thread the needle, like wow throws.
Yeah, his 2 picks were just bad.
terrible.
Just bad. Especially that second one, cross your body in the end zone like that.
Yeah,
I know AJ Brown did slip, like people were saying that, but even then it was kind of a jump
It's
ball
risky.
to Jair. Yeah, risky.
Yeah, but jump ball to AJ Brown. That's what AJ Brown does.
Not across your body into
Yeah.
the end zone when you could, at least get 3 out of that drive.
Yeah, but if he doesn't slip, it's at least like a contested cat.
He could, Jair could still pick it,
yeah.
Yeah, but
and there were
not
guys
really.
around. A tipped ball could be a pick there. Not across your body like that, but yeah, I mean Saquon obviously we talked about him looked
Saquon
great.
was amazing.
AJ Brown looked phenomenal in that
Smitty
big
looked
play. Smitty looked oh my god. I mean, There's no one. I trust Devontae Smith more to catch a ball than AJ
Yeah.
Brown, and that's not saying anything bad about AJ Brown. Smitty's just
He
not
just catches
dropping.
everything.
If I, 3rd and 5, 3rd and whatever, I want Devontae Smith catching that football. Oh my God, he's so good. He's so good.
I think I think he's gonna have a touchdown regression this year, but
What do you have last year?
I don't even know what he had last year.
like touchdowns.
Yeah.
No, because because he'll explode a couple games for like 2-3 touchdowns.
He had 7. I mean, 7 the past 2 seasons. I could see him hitting that.
He had like 10.
I mean,
I
they have so
don't
many
think we'll
more
have 10.
weapons now.
10.
Yeah, no.
Barkley's
AJ
getting
Brown's.
all the touches
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the red zone.
Barkley's going to be commanding a lot. I'll say this:
Good.
Jalen Hurts, his legs are not what they used to be.
He's like scared to run, or
I
don't know what it is.
maybe that field.
That like little injury.
Yeah, maybe the field, added something there too. He didn't want to hurt himself.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was terrible. Didn't get hurt, but yeah, dude, especially on the RPOs, like
No one's even falling for it anymore.
no one's falling for it.
Dude, his decision making wasn't great.
Yeah, I don't think he read an RPO
No.
correctly.
No.
Whenever he held the ball, there was that outside edge or whoever was out there was on him.
Yeah.
And then just no cuts, nothing. It looked explosive. That one run to get that first down was great.
Yeah.
Very good. But where was that on his other runs? So a little concerning there.
The MVP, I think it was the MVP season. Like his rushing was crazy. Like I always visualized that cut he made on the Saints game.
Yep. I mean, looked like a running back.
You don't
looked.
I feel like we haven't seen that the last 2 years.
No,
ever since he got hurt, he just hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's probably like he's a little bit scared, and the coaching staff is probably like, "Hey, it's like you don't have to do all that now."
Yeah, they're probably telling him that. I mean,
Yeah.
that 6-minute drive they had to kind of ice the game. Like he made a couple big runs.
Yeah.
To get first downs that he needed to.
Like,
Maybe that's
they
what
just
they're
saved it.
trying to teach him.
Yeah, they just to save the running for when he really needed. I mean, that's why they went and signed all these, Saquon, so he doesn't have to run as much.
But it doesn't make sense. Like his rushing is what made him
yeah.
second in MVP, first in MVP, whatever. Like trying to take I hate when coaches try to take that away from these court. Like that's what made him so special was his rushing.
Yeah.
Like imagine Josh Allen or Lamar them telling him you gotta stop running.
Josh Allen's out here hurling people in the end zone.
Yeah.
I love it. It's terrifying to watch, but at the same time, it's so he got me 31 points. It's amazing.
But
yeah.
Lamar's doing that.
No, bro. Josh Allen he has no regard for his
Josh
own
Allen's
body.
a big body though too.
6'5", 240.
He's a big body. He can be
That man could be a tight end if he wasn't a quarterback. This guy's huge. So yeah. Overall good. I know we talked. We have disagreements on the defensive performance of the Birds, but they got the W.
I think that was the most prominent. I mean, dude, the red zone D, that game could have been out of hand quick.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give
Our
them that.
red zone D stood up.
They held at times, but at the end of the day, they let up 29 points. Not happy with that.
I mean the
Packers got a good offense.
the pass rush is going to be.
That pass rush was
I
bad.
think it's going to be an issue most of the season. I mean,
Yeah, that was
the
bad.
linebacker play was amazing. I thought.
Yeah. Quignon played great. I'll give him that.
Mitchell
Quignon
was
played very good.
Freaking awesome.
But yeah, that Bryce Huff was non-existent. Jalen Carter really. I mean, I know that one play in the end zone, he got right in front of Jordan Love's face, but didn't see
Need
anything
more.
there.
No, where's our
more
TJ
from him.
Watt? We don't have a TJ Watt.
Well,
No.
a lot of teams don't have a TJ Watt.
Yeah, but we should have a TJ Watt.
But Zach.
We have these guys.
Zach Baldwin was all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, he had our two. He had our
He had
two
two sacks.
two sacks, and one of them on the very last play that was not your standard play. So that was the biggest thing, and they started gashing our run defense. That the D line as a whole just was subpar. Was very subpar. That was concerning. But linebackers definitely played better than expected. Corners played better than expected.
I
as
thought
well.
Vontae Maddox though he looks cooked.
Yeah.
He got burnt a couple times.
Well, I think Isaiah Rodgers coming back
Yeah.
and Cooper
Cooper
DeJean
DeJean.
playing more, will kind of alleviate. Reed Blankenship,
Dog. He's a dog.
dog.
Yeah.
I think he was the highest graded safety in the NFL week 1, or
Yeah.
like
Dog.
highest graded Eagles defender by far. Absolute dog. CJJ definitely missed that tackle on Jaden Reed, but
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Jalen had the #1 passer rating in week 1 against the Blitz.
I did see that. Yeah, he looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Looked really, really good against the Blitz. So,
He blitz too.
Overall, especially looking at how other games went, I mean, you're definitely happy. And looking at the Birds' schedule, it's we got the hold on, I just had it. We have the
We play Atlanta this week.
we got Atlanta this week, who looked like trash. Then we have New Orleans, who I think we can stop. Tampa, they depending how they do these next couple weeks, they could pose a threat.
That's in Tampa, isn't it?
Yeah, at Tampa, at New Orleans, at Tampa. Then we have a bye. Then we got Cleveland at home. Then we got the Giants, Cincy. So
Dude,
I like our schedule to start. Well, then we got Jacksonville week 9. We got Dallas at Dallas week 10. Washington. Then we got at Rams and at Baltimore back-to-back weeks. Could be a little bit of a problem. Then we got Carolina. Nice little easy dub.
Yeah, and it's,
Then Pittsburgh at home. That'll look, their defense was outstanding. So I
Carolina
can't.
week 14.
Yeah,
Dude,
I can't
I'm saving this Eagles defense, and I cannot wait to start that
Yeah,
week 14.
Isn't that week 1 of playoffs still? Fantasy playoffs?
I think
Isn't
so.
that week
14,
1?
Yeah, 14.
Wow, you gotta make it.
Or is it 15? I forget. But and then at Washington, then
Yeah.
finish
I
home
think it is-
Dallas.
I
home
think it is
Giants.
15.
Yeah. So if you need one more win to get in, that week 14 Carolina is going to be people are going to be bidding up the wazoo for Philadelphia.
I could see him losing one of those
Drop
two,
him.
either at New Orleans or at Tampa.
I
I could see
I
You
him
don't see him
splitting
losing at
those.
all.
I don't think we would. I think Tampa's the bigger threat just because Baker, Godwin, and Mike
Yeah,
Evans. Like,
Evans.
whoo, that's just tough to stop. I don't-
Saints defense is good, but their offense is not gonna cook our defense.
No, sorry, Derek
Their
Carr and
offense is
Olave.
basically
Yeah,
Check down to Kamara.
yeah.
Olave didn't do anything last week.
2 targets,
Rashid
bad.
Shaheed. The need for Shaheed.
2 targets for him. That was really,
We
really
talking about
bad.
him yet too?
Joe, you
Rashid
had a lot of
Shaheed.
you had a lot of one-hit wonders week 1.
Bold for you to
Like
say when
Worthy,
there's only been 1
Worthy,
week.
Williams, Shaheed, like
You think they're all gonna be 1 week wonders?
they're gonna be on waivers by week 5.
Yeah, maybe Shaheed, Williams, and Shaheed maybe. Because this is what he did last year. I'm not.
Yeah,
sold on
yeah.
Shaheed. But JMO, this is what they've been waiting for. He's finally healthy. He's finally the last 2 years in the league. He hasn't been playing games. This is what they've been waiting for.
I'll give Williams, especially on that offense and what he just did. I'll give Williams a nice flex spot.
It's week
Worthy.
1 though.
Even
Yeah,
worse.
it's week 1.
Tyreek Hill. He's the Tyreek Hill. He's the new Tyreek Hill 2.0 for.
I'm curious. Is
Williams.
what's his name? Hollywood going to be playing this week?
I think he was practicing, but
Let's
he's,
see.
like,
Won't
limited.
practice Wednesday.
See,
Brown
if
missed.
Hollywood doesn't play again, then I have to start Worthy.
It's unclear when the team expects him to make his return in the field, and it could still be some time before he's back at practice. Yeah, I mean, look, as long as Hollywood's out, I do think that Rashi is a must-start. But
What?
then you've got J-Mo
But yeah, dude, it would.
and Keenan Allen.
What's your take on Hollywood Brown? Like, you think he'll be anything when he comes back?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like if he
Good.
comes back week 3. I hope if I had him on my team, I would hope my roster is not in a position that I need to start him
Yeah.
that week.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather hope that I can put him on the bench and see how that 3rd week goes. But at the end of the day, in that Chiefs offense, you never know what could happen. But
Yeah, I'd be a little upset if I'm banking on Hollywood
Yeah.
Brown's return.
exactly, like that would not be good. If you're must start him because of who else is on your bench. I think Worthy, especially after that week 1, and if he doesn't play week 2, I mean that's just a second week of Worthy being the number 2 guy. It's going to be hard for Hollywood to sort of take him over, especially on a 1-year deal. It's not I don't think the Chiefs
Yeah.
are probably bringing him back, right? Like Worthy's the future with
Oh, no.
Rashid, so He'll be the number 3.
Yeah, probably behind Worthy.
Yeah, and
I-
Rashi,
I-
baby.
I don't have Hill, but I have 2 of the other fastest guys in the league.
You
Jamie
do?
and Worthy.
You'd have a good Madden team with those guys.
You've seen Thomas. He was third.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert's out tomorrow night.
Yep, and
Come
H.
on,
questionable.
He did.
It's a game time decision.
He did practice. I'm very. If A-Chain is out,
Are you starting right?
I'm like, dude.
Because I went to look at him on waivers, and your bitch ass already had him.
Yes, sir. That's why I drafted him.
I
Yeah,
think-
if
Go get Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson's
No.
out there.
if A-Chain
'Cause
plays,
Wright is the Achan of last year.
yeah, literally. So if A-Chain's out, I think I would put him in over Pittman.
I don't
Wow.
hate that.
Yeah, I mean, against Green Bay.
You know,
Alexander
especially
gonna be on him.
especially if Jair, and then if they don't have Jordan Love, you could kind of see how maybe Indy will dominate and be ahead. They might lean on Jonathan Taylor more, get him more carries or whatnot. So, yeah, if A-Chain doesn't play, I think I'm starting Jalen Wright.
I don't hate it.
That'd be crazy.
Also, versus Buffalo, like I'm pretty sure every time they play, it's a shootout or like a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
And
Dolphins
you saw,
are like 1-6 against the Bills, though.
yeah. Also, I saw something. Josh Allen, his average yards versus the Bills the last 5 or 6 games passing is like 350 plus. Like it's crazy. And his line for this week is like 246.
Damn.
That's his over/under passing yards. So that'll be interesting. But
Yeah, last year, week 4, week 18 was a little bit different. Week 18, he had 23 points. Week 4, he had 36 against
Josh
Miami.
Allen,
Yeah,
love to see it.
against Miami.
Love to see
I think
it.
week 4 is when he had a Stephon Diggs that was actually involved.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I will say like the one big change this year is no Diggs, no Gavis, no
he
Gavis.
doesn't even
Davis.
care.
But no, I mean Keon Coleman looked great.
Shakir
We'll
looks
see.
good. They, like it. Everyone looked pretty solid.
James Cook looked great. Well, hopefully Kincaid gets more involved back in the offense. That's another tight end that did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen is kind of like Patrick Mahomes in a sense that like it doesn't matter who's around him, like he's just phenomenal.
It kind of sucks for Josh Allen that he's playing football at the same time that Mahomes is.
Yeah.
Like he's ever since they've both been in the league, Mahomes is 1A, Josh Allen's 1B, and
Yeah.
I don't ever really see that changing.
No.
Like
I mean,
maybe
if
one year
they
Josh
start
Allen can
winning.
sneak a football ball. Yeah, we'll see. But
Sure. Any matchups week 2 that you're kind of licking your chops at or looking forward to?
for like our own fantasy
Yeah,
teams,
like your own fantasy teams.
I mean DK, just because he was shadowed by what's his name on Denver, Surtain.
Yeah.
DK, you know, is kind of clamped a little bit.
Patriots have a pretty good corner.
Yeah, but Christian
Christian
Gonzalez, but
Gonzalez.
I don't think he's up to the Surtain threshold yet. So I'm hoping for a bounce back game, DK, and
Yeah.
um,
Plus,
Kenneth
Kenneth
Walker might
Walker's-
be hurt.
is questionable. with
Abdomen.
Abdomen. So
Zach Charbonnet had a tutty.
yeah, garbage.
receiving.
From Walker went out.
Yeah, it's a garbage
The
touchdown.
receiving tutty.
And then, I mean, I like AJ Brown versus Atlanta, but I always like AJ Brown versus whoever they're playing. So
Derrick Henry against the Raiders.
yeah, I mean,
For it,
J.K. Dobbins
Josh.
just slashed him.
Who is it?
Henry against the Raiders. He's probably gonna have like 3 touchdowns.
I mean, I think Josh, for you, Jonathan Taylor is screaming that he's gonna smash his points
Yeah. I know.
after what Saquon just did to them,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be on a actual good playing surface, a good
Yeah.
football field.
Good
Like,
football field.
And with no, even if they do have Jordan Love, somehow miraculously starts, I don't think he would be 100%. So it's either a non-100% Jordan Love or Malik Willis. So their offense is not going to be good. Like Jonathan Taylor could put up a Saquon Barkley game.
Like if the Colts want to be effective, like I don't understand. Like Taylor's 24, 25. Like
Just signed
can-
to an extension.
he can handle like these 20, 25, plus touches. Like, just give him the freaking ball. Stop trying to be stupid. Just give him the freaking ball.
And then Gibbs for you versus Tampa, like Joe was saying, that could be a shootout for both of you guys.
It's only a matter of time before Gibbs just unleashes. Like, they're...
It's going to be fun when he does. It was so fun last year when he did.
Like, Monty's still going to be there. Monty is still a just as reliable.
Yeah, but also, look, we're talking about this. Gibbs put up 15 points. Like, it's a very good.
And I feel like I barely saw him on the field.
Yeah, I know. But, like, I know. And if you're going to say who's going to, like, Monty had 17 attempts for 91 yards and a touchdown. Gibbs had 11 rushing attempts for 40 yards and a touchdown, plus 6 targets. 4 of those he caught for 34 yards.
I'm not saying Monty's better, but this week it's just going to be Monty and Gibbs canceling each other out.
That game script, screamed Montgomery.
Oh my God, yeah, they just ran down their absolute throats.
And if, like I said, week 1, Gibbs didn't really have much of a training camp. They were clearly easing him back in. It's going to be a matter of time before they just unleash him, and he's
but they're not going to push Monty to the back burner. They're going to.
He's clearly going to outsnap. At some point here, he's clearly going to outsnap Montgomery.
Depends on how the game's going. Their decision on how they play them. It depends on how that current game is going.
I mean,
but
Gibbs
the game
had
could be out of hand because Gibbs already has 4 touchdowns.
Look, Gibbs had 17 total touches. Or total total opportunities, I should say, like if you include his targets. Montgomery had 18.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much just like that every single week, and whoever is more efficient that week is just going to have a better week.
I would put my money on Gibbs just because of the receiving.
I don't disagree, but...
I mean, Montgomery's still good.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm very happy with him as my RB2.
And I think this next week for both of you should be great. Because Tampa Bay is going to be coming out firing.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I don't know if I can go down 0-2.
Yeah, it's one of the worst in fan. 0-2. That's just feels. You got to win 3 straight weeks to get back above 500. Yeah, it's honestly it's scary if you start 0-2.
Rams and Cardinals
should be hopefully
intriguing divisional game.
Cooper Kupp should have a 50 targets.
Tyler should have a much better game.
21 targets for Kupp last game is insane.
That is insane.
What was he, 14 for 21? That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Stafford's not even going to look anywhere else.
No, dude, he loves Kupp. Well, Kupp's so good. Kupp's route running is incredible. He's just always open.
Kyler should look better.
Kyler should throw the ball to Marv.
Looks towards Marv.
That was not my job. It's kind of your job.
That was pretty crazy.
Kind of your job description of quarterback.
You don't even Harrison didn't even have to be the read on that play. Like, you just had to flick your eyes over to look at him one time and throw that ball.
See, that's how we know that Kyler's not an elite quarterback, because he's not looking at the whole field.
Yeah, he's thinking about COD. Thinking about COD.
He said, "Bro, the new COD comes out soon."
Kyler Murray 7 minutes ago appears on the injury report, but he was listed as a full participant in the Wednesday's practice.
But I understand, you take Marvin Harrison, what was it, the 4th pick or something in the draft?
What? No.
Marvin Harrison was 211. Or he fell back. He fell all the way back.
No, I'm saying in
the
actual draft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Trey McBride had more targets. I understand Trey McBride's a great tight end, but you're right. You drafted Marv to be that guy.
Yeah. I don't care if the play's what the play is.
I'm looking at Marv
every time.
Yeah.
Marvin
Harrison Jr.
Did you guys
that is?
That thing I sent though about their miles per hour?
Yeah.
I sent you guys? That was, I'm not saying it was injury related or whatever, but Keon Coleman at 18 miles an hour and then Marvin Harrison at 16.7. Keenan Allen ran faster than Marvin Harrison.
4 targets. I guess he's not giving that hustle unless he's getting the ball.
Who knows? Hopefully versus the Rams, you should have more opportunity there, but...
Did you see what Malik Neighbors said?
Did you say something about Danny Dimes?
Yeah, he basically said, I'm doing my part. I don't know what's going on back there.
I mean,
Wait, did you guys see what Danny Dimes said? He was like, a reporter asked him like about like his like mental toughness. He was like, "Yeah, I know I've been doubted." It's like, no shit, dude. Low.
I mean, him and like Deshaun Watson should not play football after this year.
Dude,
And they
like,
both
there's a lot
have
of
big
backup-
contracts. Like,
there's
it's
a lot
crazy.
of backup quarterbacks better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I'd rather have Jameis Winston start, over him and Deshaun Watson.
And dude, maybe it's like I'm all
That
about
sucks
like
for
with
neighbors.
these guys like Zach Wilson. He's off the Jets. Like I feel like if Bo Nix ever goes down, he could step in and be
He looked
better.
Good. He looked good in preseason.
That's what I mean. I feel like
But-
Daniel Jones can be good on a different team, dude. Like
I mean,
the
Sam
Giants.
Darnold started 10 for 10
Yeah,
and a touchdown to Jefferson.
Sam Darnold looked
he just
great.
needs a change of scenery. I think that'll do him real good.
Yeah, but no one's gonna want him.
Yeah, with that
Maybe
fat
that would
contract.
contract,
Without Allen. Sucks for the Malik Neighbors drafters. 'Cause
Well-
that dude's never gonna touch the ball.
Well, he had what? I think he
Malik
had 6
Neighbors.
targets.
Really?
I mean, look, you're not very confident in an offense. Yeah, 7 targets, 5 catches, 66 yards, 9 points. But I don't know when's he going to catch a touchdown pass.
I was gonna say, like the
never.
Vikings don't even have a crazy good defense. And
Yeah,
can
like-
score a touchdown.
Like they're not gonna be in the red zone very often. I wouldn't.
No, I
think.
mean they play Washington, then Cleveland, Dallas, week 3 and 4. I do not want to start Malik Neighbors week 3 and 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think whenever he was taken, like in the 4th round or beginning of the 5th, so like,
yeah, right at the fourth.
yeah, like just
You're
not
never gonna
great.
Get that return.
No, you're really not. Not looking good for them.
Yeah, Dallas. I mean, Seattle's defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
Then you got
They got
Cincy, Philly, Pittsburgh.
Ew, stop. Just stop. It's terrible.
I mean, week 10, maybe if you need a win, week 10, you got Carolina.
That's battle of the. Isn't that? I think that game's over in London.
Oh yeah, it is. That's
That
the
game's
one I
in
saw
London.
today. It's like who's gonna watch this game?
Yeah, like what a bad game to like show the product of the NFL to Europe. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
couldn't have picked 2 worse teams to do that this year. Like, they hope Neighbors does something that game because he's the only one who's
Yeah.
actually worth watching.
All right. Hopefully, better results week 2.
2-0, baby. Here we come.
2-0.
I'm
Sorry,
excited for
Joe.
your guys' matchup.
I'm
We'll be
not
1-1,
the
Joe.
Umble Bowl. I will take this year's Umble Bowl, week 2 Umble Bowl. should get a
We play
trophy.
everybody twice or close to, not everybody,
me,
but
me and Joe will play twice.
We should,
Yeah.
we should get a trophy that we can swap. between each
Yeah,
other, the Umble Bowl
yeah.
trophy.
Go
that'd be
get
good.
one.
What was the record between you two last year?
I don't remember. We'll have to look. We'd have to look.
I don't even know.
We'd have to look back at at the leagues and get our record against each other.
Yeah. That'd be, yeah, but
see.
then we'll have to keep that a little running tally.
Let me hold on.
Yeah,
I'll look it up quick.
Well, I mean, we don't even have to do this for the podcast. I'm just curious.
So I don't know if this counts. Week 17, I beat Joe.
That doesn't count.
That was after the playoffs.
of last year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3rd place. I would say stick to regular
he
season.
Joe beat me week 15.
Yup.
Joe beat me week 11.
Yup. Come on, shit, where?
I don't even know if I played you again at the beginning of the season. I did not. So Joe's got the one up on me from last year.
That trend will continue.
So. All right, fellas.
It's good talking.
Good chatting with
Next
you.
time.
Yes,
Till
sir.
next week. Good luck.
See you week 2.